All right, welcome to my first behind the scenes video that I'm doing with some audio. This is a shoot that I did with Sarah late last year where the goal was we were going to do some painterly portraits. Sarah is a model and she is also a photographer and an artist, so please go support her. And so getting into the shoot, I was studying some of the um, painterly portraits that I've seen on Facebook and Instagram, and I was really interested in the look. And so the goal was really trying to get the lighting right. So I was able to connect with Sarah, and Sarah was interested in trying to make it work. So we had a lot of fun here, and you'll see a couple different shoots as we go throughout the shoot today. So starting off, Sarah, we brought her in. We had her on the futon, and then afterwards we transitioned to having flowers. And so the difficulty of the flowers was really trying to keep it upright. So we had to use painter's tape. We tried to use a tripod that'll help hold it up. We tried to fit it in her dress. We tried to do a couple different things there. And so it was pretty tough, but we were able to make it work. And so you can kind of see how we were able to have it in the background and also having Sarah hold some of those. And you can also see a guest appearance from Seamus as well, the cat. And so we really liked the images that came out of this from the flowers, and it helped to add some nice colorful work. And we'll actually bring back the flowers later on in the shoot. And so then next, we're going to have Sarah change, and Sarah's going to come out in the red dress here, which you'll see the finished photos and how we got that. And so I apologize, I actually put the flower tripod in front of the camera, but you can still kind of make out kind of what the idea was. Of course, letting Sarah go through it, and then we transitioned to using Christmas lights after we just had her in the dress standing. And so with the Christmas lights, we were trying to hold it up, and the goal of this one is you can't have it too bright or you will wash out the Christmas lights. So you have to be very directional and intentional with the Christmas lights. So we can see we're having Sarah hold it, grab it. We're having her pull it towards her. We've also had the Christmas lights wrapped around her as well. We had her on the ground holding the light. So we had a couple of different ideas. Then here we're going to a new backdrop. So we've had that same backdrop for 3 different looks now. So now we're going to go into a flower backdrop. And so with the flower backdrop here, again, just I always recommend doing some regular standing portraits first before going straight into the concept. So that way you can get the lighting right and then you have kind of an additional look. So now that we got the lighting right, we move into her holding a prop, which we're going to bring back the flowers. So you can see those here. And so with the flowers, the goal was we had the flower backdrop. So how do we incorporate the theme of the flowers in her hand and also in the backdrop? So this required a balance of lighting both her and the backdrop evenly so you can kind of see the flowers float in and out. And I should also mention I'm using Godox tubes for my primary light. So I think I had 3 different Godox tubes. As you can see, there's one camera right, camera left, and then there's one right in front of the model. And so it required some balanced lighting as well just to make sure that that all worked. And here we see the model looking at the photos. We also transitioned to her being in the chair while keeping the flowers. And then we tried a new concept here. This wasn't my favorite look. This was, I had some little leftover like fake gems or fake diamond kind of things. So you'll see as we move into that concept. So we started off with the model in the chair. And again, this is just to get the lighting right. And then from there we have her holding the different gems a couple different ways. The tough part about that is there's not a lot of ways you can really hold the gem because you have to have it in your hand, which you have to hold face up. So it's kind of hard to hold that and also make that interesting. I think if we maybe glued it onto the model or if we had it incorporated in the outfit, that may have made it a little bit better. But it was just kind of a tough concept, and looking back, that was something I wish I I probably redid or thought a little bit more through that concept. And so you can see here we're adding a couple more props. So we add a necklace to the model, which we just hold together with some painter's tape, and having her sit and basically use the necklace as a prop, making sure the painter's tape doesn't show too much. And then we're actually going to then move into our next look in just a second here. And so the next look is just her really sitting without anything. So we just have her modeling on the ground, and that's pretty much it. So if you enjoyed, let me know. I hope you like this kind of behind the scenes. Let me know if you're more interested in the lighting or if you want to keep hearing me talk about it. Thanks.